Good morning, traders. It's Saturday morning here. I'm just doing a weekly roundup of my charts. So we'll just have a kind of a quick discussion on each one. I've done the pound US already, what my thoughts are for next week. For gold, it's interesting because I actually thought that this weakness here would play out at the end of the market and we would get maybe a decent close. We didn't. Now, I'm not sure if this is because this is the US people closing off their positions, but we can clearly see we've got this potential stopping volume. We didn't pick it up as stopping volume, but it is potential stopping volume. It's ultra high volume there, which was basically the low of the daily range. I mean, if you look here, we did $29 roughly, and gold usually moves 23. So gold was already tired. I was just being kind of a bit hopeful and greedy yesterday, hoping we would get a breakdown of these levels, which we didn't. So basically this could be potentially just closing up the end of the market. Any fake outs above 1488, any gold loves to do them. There's one there in Asia. Maybe we pop back into the 1493, bringing people in to a false sense of security and thinking that gold's going back up again. I would be preferring to sell any signs of weakness in gold unless we get some solid trend forming, i.e. pop up, test, pop up, that kind of stuff, right? So basically overall on the 30-minute, that's how the chart looks. On the 4-hour, we do actually have this testing in a market. This is a shake test after shakeout. So we've got the shakeout here, that's the test after the shakeout, and we've actually closed up. Now this might be just because it's the week's end. We've got a resistance level, big strong resistance level of 1488.26. I'll be looking for potential moves a little bit above that, and then a breakdown to the downside. We do have this kind of downwards move here on the 4-hour, starting to trend down a little bit, so I would like to see weakness on up moves, and I'll be setting that weakness for maybe a retest of 1474, 1462. Weekly moves on the gold right now are about $48. We moved about that last week off the highs, so we had about a $48 move last week. So it's in normal market conditions, nothing wow, no big spring moves or anything like that. So it looks pretty good. Now, if you look at the 4 hours, quite interesting. We've got actually a cup mushroom top. If you can kind of see it here, it's difficult to see, but it is a bit of a mushroom top here, okay? Now, so if we saw a potential weakness coming up into this area, Monday is a bank holiday in the US, may take advantage of the low volume conditions to come back up and retest the 1500 area. If we see any weakness there, we could potentially sell that for a potential down move next week. I believe the indexes will still be somewhat bullish next week. The charts, although they did close down about 150 points off their highs on Friday, the US indexes are relatively strong at the moment. So I will be looking for further weakness on gold, but we are trending, so still stuck in this kind of consolidation area, so we'll keep an open mind. Daily charts, I mean, we did see potentially some strong buying coming in here. FX Pro is kind of is wacky. It puts a lot of volume sometimes, but often they do play out. I mean, we do see a lot of volume behind us here. We see a lot of weakness above us here. So this could potentially be a small test. So I want to see the reaction to this move. As I said, 1500 area. If we get a now weakness back in 1500 area, we've now got like weakness here, weakness here, weakness here. If we saw 1500, we can say this is long-term distribution, and we potentially get a drop down into this 1410 area long-term. Okay, weekly charts, not anything wow on there, other than this volume looks high. FX Pro does this, so I want to see the reaction to this. We've got this widespread up bar here, and we're below the close of that at the moment. So this could be potentially some kind of distribution phase, but again, there's no real wow things on the weekly chart giving us any really good clues. The daily chart is a bit more. We had this breakout here. We tried to break out here. It could be a potential long-term distribution. So intraday, We're looking for early next week. We're looking for tests of the 1500 area. We're looking for weakness on the 30-minute 1-hour charts, and then we'll be selling it back underneath 1500 and then back down. Now, if we get a breakout of 1488, another important level, 1488, and some weakness above 1488, and we could get some move back down into 1474, 1462 next week. Okay, so that's kind of what I'll be looking for. We could just also gap down. I don't know what the weekend's going to bring. So we could just that's what I'm looking for anyway. I'm looking for a poke out, a bit of a kind of like that move there, a little bit of a poke out here at 1488, lure everyone into a false sense of security like this one, and then I'm looking for that move down into the 1462 area, 1450. What's the most recent lows? Yeah, 1462. Maybe if we got that, we might even go to 1450. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at.